What's good, media maniacs and bookworms alike? This is your boy M3diaFiend, and we are back with another M3diaFiend Book Club. Now, in the last M3diaFiend Book Club, we had a little review on a book called Freddy vs. Ash, which I definitely enjoyed. Go check out that review. Let me know what y'all think. If you enjoyed the book, if you read the book, let me know in the comment section if you liked it. And yeah, but in that video, your boy kind of gave you what was next on the hit list. I call my reading list the hit list. And what was next on the hit list was William Peter Blatty's masterpiece, The Exorcist. Now, if you don't know what The Exorcist is, here's a quick rundown. It's a story of a young girl who gets possessed by a demon, and it's a struggle between faith and medicine, where they're trying to figure out if she's having a mental breakdown, schizophrenia, or if she is truly possessed. It really makes you look deep inside and lets you think of what is going on. Now, before I get into the review of this book, know that sometimes your boy M3diaFiend gets a little excited and give away some plot points, some spoilers. So if you don't want this book spoiled for you, pause this video, go read the book, come back. Let me know in the comment section what you think, if you got the same thing I got from it, or if you got something different, how you thought it was different from the movie than the book. Did you like the movie more than you like the book? Let me know. So yeah. Anyways, with all that being said, anything beyond this point of the review, man, I'm sorry if I ruined it for you. But anyways, now let's dive into this. So this book follows a few different people, okay? But the main three that it follows are Chris MacNeil, Regan MacNeil, Father Karras, Damien Karras. Those are the three mains, okay? You also got Lancaster Marin, who is the actual exorcist in the book, which he's also the exorcist in the movie. So basically, like I said, this book follows Chris MacNeil and her daughter Regan, as Chris MacNeil is a famous actress who's in Washington, D.C. right now, filming a movie. And during this time in Washington, D.C., her daughter gets into some trouble with, I like to think that she got into trouble with this Ouija board. She has a Ouija board. She plays with it by herself, and I believe that that's a no-no. Ouija boards are no-nos. But in the book, Chris and Regan, they don't have any religious beliefs. They're atheists. They don't believe in God, whatever. So to them, a Ouija board is just another game. Well, the day after Regan's birthday, it's the day after her 12th birthday, she starts to just kind of go a little crazy. It's very subtle to begin with, but as the book progresses, it gets worse and worse, to the point where they have to call the exorcist, because at this point they don't know if she's possessed or if she is just very schizophrenic. And sorry about the bark. I'm babysitting my grandpa. But anyways, back to the review. It starts out very subtle, noises in the house, smells, things like that. And they all think that it could be her in her mind, because she's the only one smelling this. But the mom's hearing, the noises and everything. And then it gets a little gradually worse. The bed starts shaking. She starts getting sick. She starts staring off into space. She starts, kind of coming forth with like an alternate personality. And then the director of the film that Chris is filming, which is her friend Burt Dennings, he ends up getting unalived in a very ritualistic manner, okay? And then all of a sudden, Regan starts speaking like Burt. Like his mannerisms, his accent, his tone of voice, his attitude, everything is Burt, but it's coming from her mouth. And throughout the book, he keeps making appearances. In the movie, he only makes like one appearance, and that's when her head turns. But in the book, it's a constant throughout. He's a constant figure in this book, along with the demon that is inside of her, and also there's another entity. But throughout the book, they're trying to figure out if she's schizophrenic or whatever. And she goes through all these battery of tests and they can't find nothing wrong with her. Nothing at all. Her brain's working just fine. So then they bring in Father Karras, who has his own backstory, which I'm not going to get into the details of. You have to read the book to find that out. And also, they also bring in a character called Lieutenant Kinderman, which, again, I'm not going to get into the details of him, but he's here to kind of try to solve the murder of Burt Bennings. Well, he's an annoying character in this book. In the movie, he isn't that bad, but in the book, he's very like, oh, you're busy. Oh, I'm sorry, you're busy. But here, can I ask you something? But oh, you're busy. I can't now. But can I ask you something? Like, he stumbles over himself a lot in this book. In the movie, he wasn't like that. He was down to straightforward, you know. Well, anyways, they call in Father Karras. And in this point of the book, when they call in Father Karras to meet with Reagan, I was starting to get so angry because, dude, she's possessed, bro. Like, oh, she made the drawer door open, but that could be telekinesis. That's probably not supernatural. But like, no, bro, come on. You walk in this room and you see her strapped to the bed. She doesn't look like Reagan. She's talking to you in a deeper tone of voice. She's talking to you as somebody else. She opens up a drawer. Bro, she is possessed. Get the Exorcist here now. But in this book, Father Karras meticulously tries to prove that she's not possessed throughout the whole thing. But in the same time, he's trying to prove that she is, because the church won't approve an exorcism unless he comes with 100% facts. Me personally, 5 minutes in that room, I would have threw that out. You know, I would have took it to them, you know, because he went days, you know, trying to prove that she was possessed. And like, it was subtle things like her opening the drawer with her mind, her reading his mind, her speaking in another language, like all that stuff. And he was like, no, it can't, it can be written off. They won't accept it. I'm like, come on, dude, this girl needs an exorcism and she needs it now. What I loved about this book was the detail it went in. Now, in the movie, the exorcism only lasted like an hour or something, but through the book, it lasted a period of days. Like, they were giving this girl an exorcism for days, and each day it was just getting worse and worse. And yeah, so this book is phenomenal. Now, I will say the only thing that really kept it from being a 5-star read for me was the ending. And we all knew, man, at the end of The Exorcist, Father Karras had to put hands on that demon to get that demon out. Well, at the end of this book, it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of cheap. You know what I mean? They kind of, I didn't like how they did it. They kind of backed off a little bit. And instead of having the perspective through Father Karras, they actually changed this perspective. Once the demon went into Father Karras, they changed the perspective to Chris and Sharon's perspective, and they were downstairs. So they heard the noises, and then they ran upstairs. So other than the ending not being that great, the book was phenomenal. The amount of detail in this book, like some of the things that were in this book did not make the movie, and I can see why. Like the descriptive writing that William Peter Blatty had with, you know, there was parts where Reagan was defecating on herself and like vomiting, and the smell when you walked in the room. Like, he painted that picture, and he painted it phenomenally. But yeah, The Exorcist, this book, I definitely recommend it. I'm gonna have to give it a 4.8 out of 5. The only reason it wasn't a perfect 5-star read was because, like I said, they kind of went soft on the ending. And I didn't like that too much. It was one of those rare instances where the ending of the movie was better than the ending of the book. But other than that, I definitely recommend this book. I definitely recommend you check it out. Pick it up when you can pick it up. I know Barnes & Noble has it. I know, and you know, it's relatively cheap. But yeah, if you haven't read The Exorcist, I definitely recommend you put this on your list. I'm glad I finally got to read it. I've had this book for a couple years now, and now that I'm a bookworm and I enjoy reading, I'm glad I picked this up. This is definitely a great book. And now, with all that out of the way, the next book that your boy has on his book hit list, I've already started it. I'm like 110 pages in, and I only started it like a day and a half ago. It's a enthralling read right now, and that's Ring by Koji Suzuki, and it's translated by Robert B. Romer and Glenn Wally, and it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. This is based off of the movie. Well, I guess the movie's based off of the book, The Ring, with, Samara, or the Japanese, I forget the Japanese one's name. But yeah, whatever one that you watch, what girl comes out the well, this is what that was based off of. I'm 100 and some pages in, and I'm not going to go into a huge review of it right now, but I will say it is a lot different than the movie. It's 282 pages, and I'm 110 pages in. And like I said, this is definitely a lot different than the movie. But I'm going to continue to read it. I'm not going to give you a full review on it just yet. I'm going to trust the process. I still got some time with this book, so we're going to go ahead, finish it, and I'll let you guys know in my review of Ring. Now, I told you guys last M3diaFiend Book Club that your boy was going to do a giveaway for spooky season. Well, as you can tell, spooky season is a few days removed, and the only reason that I didn't get this up before the end of spooky season was because of the books that I ordered didn't come until after, but they're here, and I want to show you guys the giveaway that your boy has planned, which it starts today. And yeah, so with all that being said, let me go ahead and dive into this, and I'll let you. Well, first, before we get into the prizes, I'm going to go ahead and give the rules. There's two rules. One, of course, if it isn't completely obvious, you got to be a subscriber to the channel. That's just, obvious. And the second rule is it has to be in the US. I'm sorry. I know I do have some overseas maniacs, and I do apologize. I will end up doing a giveaway around Christmas time that you guys can be involved in as well. But with the state of everything right now, with me enjoying a few weeks off work because of stuff they're doing at work, this unfortunately has to be for the United States. Okay, but all right, with all that out of the way, let me go ahead to the prizes, and then I'm going to give you the questions. So the first prize I got for you guys is I got a set of bookmarks that has horror movie icons on them. The first bookmark you're going to get is a Chucky bookmark. And then also a Pennywise bookmark. And a Freddy Krueger bookmark. And last but certainly not least, you're going to get a Jason bookmark. I have the same set, and me and your boy Jason have been through a lot of books together. He's actually who I'm rocking. Here, let me show you. He is actually who I'm rocking right now in the Ring. And it's acrylic. They're acrylic. They're that tough plastic. So they're going to last. And they got that little cool thing at the top. You can take it off if you want, but I like to keep it there. But yeah, these are quality bookmarks. You're going to get a set of 4. You can use who you want. But like I said, me and your boy Jason have been through a lot so far. But yeah, got this cool 4 set of bookmarks with some horror icons on them. And then also Santa Fiend or Halloween Fiend or whatever you want to call me. I got 2 books in this giveaway as well. Not only are you going to get 4 bookmarks, no. You're going to get a brand new copy. I just ordered it, brand new, fresh copy of Freddy vs. Ash, the one I just did my last review on. Freddy vs. Ash. That fan fiction, awesome story of Freddy Krueger versus Ash Williams. You're going to get this book, brand new, right out the box. And last but certainly not least, I really thought about this last book, and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to go big, and I'm going to go awesome. So not only are you just going to get a copy of Freddy vs. Ash, no. You're also going to get yourselves a limited edition copy of William Peter Blatty's Exorcist. This is the limited edition glow-in-the-dark cover with the scary as hell looking girl in the front. Green page, well, they're regular pages, but everything about it's green. There's not many of these out there. They're limited edition, so once they sell out, they're done. You're going to get a copy of that for free. So you're going to get Freddy versus Ash. You're going to get Freddy versus Ash. You're going to get William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist. And you're also going to get the 4-pack of awesome bookmarks to keep your place while you read. So you're going to get all this greatness for free. Like, no, all you have to do is be a subscriber and answer these 3 questions, and you're automatically entered to win these 3 awesome prizes. So, well, technically, there's what, 5? 6 if you count the bookmarks. So, there it is. Now, with the fun part, here are the questions. First question. Who's your favorite author? Throughout the years of all your reading, who is one author that you find yourself coming back to or going back to if they don't write no more or if they're not with us no more, that you go back to their books and, you know, that's your niche? Who's your favorite author? 2, what's your favorite book? What is, out of all the books you read, what is the one book that stands out that you remember that you could say, hey, that's my favorite book? 2, what's your favorite book? And 3, what is one book that you want to read before you kick the bucket? That's the kick the bucket book. What's one book you want to read before you kick the bucket? Whether it's a super big book that's very intimidating, or it's something from your childhood that you want to reread, or what is one book that you want to tackle before you kick the bucket? You answer those 3 questions in the comment section, you're automatically entered to win. So, all right, guys, with all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to get your answers in to get these books. Come on now. And yeah, until next time, this is your boy M3diaFiend saying, as always, until we meet again, be chill. And we out. And enjoy what you're reading. Peace. Little disclaimer, I forgot to tell you. The drawing for the books is going to be next Friday, November 14th at 9 p.m. Live drawing. So be there, be ready, and we're going to have a live drawing. I'll see y'all then.